In this video, I'm going to explain to you a different form of trading that is starting to become very popular indeed. And in many respects, it is possibly the closest form to actually betting than actually spread betting really is. It's what's called fixed odds betting. Now, the key differences to remember with fixed odds betting, or what's called binary bets, is that when you open a bet, and I would be very strict in this, and that it is actually a bet, it's not treated as a trade, is that there is a fixed win amount and an absolute loss. So the key difference is to remember, as opposed to trading, even spread betting trading, and trading in fixed odds or binary bets, as we can see on this website called betonmarkets.com, is that the difference is that with spread betting, if our prediction only goes partly right and we close it out, we make a sum of money. We actually profit, maybe not as much as we expected, but enough. We actually begin to move into profit, and we can continually move into that profit for as long as we wish and for as long as that trade remains active. Whereas with a binary bet or a fixed odds bet, when you look to place the trade, or not, I say trade, I get so used to using the term trade, but when you look to place the bet, the company in question, the website in this case, will actually just give you a fixed win amount. So say in the example where we gave, where we said the FTSE was going to climb above a certain point, say 5,600, and we said it was going to reach above 5,600, we would say to a website like Beton Markets, where say we're trading currently at 5,400 and we reckon it's going to go above 5,600, we would say, well, I'm going to bet X amount of pounds, say £10, that it's going to go above 5,600. Now the difference is that what would then happen is that Beton Markets, for instance, will then give you, it will work out the odds of that happening and then give you a fixed win amount. So if it does actually hit 5,600 or above, then you will get that fixed sum of money. If it doesn't, and it's not done that within a certain time frame which you've said, then you don't win that certain amount of money and your bet is lost. This is where, although I kind of do like binary bets, and there is kind of a place for binary bets, you have to be very certain as to the outcome. The drawback of which with binary bets is because you have to have that degree of absolute certainty, and to really profit from them, you need to make that prediction a good time into the future. You know, you can't just say, well, later today I reckon it's just going to go a few points higher than it is now. You're not going to get very good odds on that. But if you say, well, I reckon in a week's time the FTSE is going to reach this value, or is going to hit this value and then decline, and there's various forms, and they're constantly changing the style of betting, but they're all very much similar in terms of hitting points and retracing or moving back down, or hitting a point and breaking through it, or very just basically similar things to what we use anyway. But the basic premise is that you have to understand that to actually make money from using binary bets is that you have to have a massive degree of certainty that the bet that you're placing is likely to turn out the way you expect it to do, and it requires a degree of forecasting and a fair degree of luck to be able to gauge whether that is worth to do that or not, because you're having to project that quite in advance in the future to win just a fixed amount or lose your bet. There is no in between, whereas with spread betting you can say, well, I'm going to open a trade at that point, and you can have a trade opened at any time you like. For instance, you can have a trade open, say if you expect the FTSE to reach 5,600 at a certain point, or to fall at below 5,600, you can have a trade triggered at that point if you want. But it doesn't have to be actually executed right now. It can be executed when it hits that point. And the benefits being then are that you're able to profit from that point to a degree in relation to the amount per point that you're trading. Whereas with fixed odds or binary bets, there is just a fixed win and a fixed loss, which is your stake. So even though there is a place for fixed odds or binary bets, they are quite different beasts. And because of the fixed win and fixed loss aspect of binary bets, and because there has to be a good degree of certainty in how you forecast where your for want of a better term, your trade or your bet is going to reach, that requires an awful lot of skill and also a fair degree of luck to get good odds against a particular event happening in the future. Needless to say, it is worth a go. It is. It's a bit of fun. I always like to use fixed odds and binary bets as just a bit of fun. I don't see it as a main aspect of trading. It's important that you understand how they work and how they differ, and you can also use that just to get a feel of how you emotionally become attached to a trade as well. And it's a very quick and easy way to sort of just get a general feel of the very, very basics, the absolute bare minimal fundamental views of trading, of basically, you're going to win this or you're not. So there is that with binary bets. And the reason why they're called binary bets, well, the binary is either a 1 or a 0, and in case they can't really call it a win-lose bet, which is basically it. You either win or you lose. Whereas with spread betting, it's all by degree, and that's the big difference. And with that degree, you've got an awful lot more flexibility and an awful lot more power in terms of how you trade and what you trade.